Hello. Hello. Hi.
The Hollywood Reporter Japan.
Let's do it. All right, Hollywood Reporter Japan. All right, man.
This film is presented as a culmination of the series, right? So does it signal the end, or can we expect to see more of Ethan Hunt in the future?
You just got to see the movie.
I saw.
Yeah, people, I'm not going to give anything away. Audiences just have to see the film.
Okay.
I think they just have to experience the movie. I think that there's so many different layers and elements. This cast, as you've seen, they're extraordinary, and it's a film that is, from a cinematic point of view, technically really extraordinary. I think what we all accomplished in sequences that you have never been seen before on screen, and that have taken this. You have to understand, like, between Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning, it's been 7 years making this film, through a pandemic, through 2 strikes, and what we worked hard to accomplish, and the kind of dedication it's taken to bring this film here, not just from myself, Christopher McQuarrie and our entire crew. It's something that I'm very excited to share with everyone, and moments that have never been seen on screen before.
So you've worked with Tom for a long time. So what have you learned from his approach on set?
Just give 100% all the time, never give less than your best. And that's kind of what Tom does. I think that's why Tom is the movie star that he is. And it really works, If everybody tries their very hardest, you always come up with something great. And I think that's what I've learned from Tom over the years. Oh God, I can't remember. It's such a, we started shooting these movies in 2020. We began Dead Reckoning. And then we literally just finished this one. So maybe I'll have to watch it. Okay. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to watch it with the fans tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So
right.
I'll tell you after.
The action scenes looked intense. What was the most challenging part of your training?
Ooh, it's, we had to train so much and for such a long time, to make sure that we're ready for any fight scene, and also to make sure that we're not getting injured, So I trained with the stunt team and a trainer also as well. And oh my God, everything gets blurry right now. I'm so excited to be here. So yeah, it was all sorts of different trainings, like interval runs, uphill, Pilates, fight training, kick punch, and so on and so on. And I even had to do a back roll for this one, which I had never done before. And my body didn't want to do it, but I had to convince myself that I would do it. It was like, you're going to do it, So I did it. We got the shot. Oh, it was amazing. I just remember the phone call. Christopher McQuarrie called me, and I think he said something like, "Are you ready for the mission?" or something.
Oh, okay.
I was like, "Yes, I'm ready." I just want the fans to enjoy the movie and to watch it on the biggest screen possible, in IMAX if possible.
So how was the dynamic of working alongside Tom Cruise as a spy duo, and how did you prepare for your role?
I've been working with him for 5 years now. We started off, had about 6 months of training before the film began to work out the physicality of Grace. And so I looked at lots of different fighting disciplines. I also discovered that I can learn fight sequences faster if I have a prop. So she quickly became someone who could do sleight of hand tricks. And she naturally became a thief because she could use her hands quickly. And as kind of time went on, we developed this chemistry that was a bit like cat and mouse. Sometimes it was quite brother-sister, always trying to get away from each other, but circumstances would always push us back together again. And so we sort of developed Grace as someone who had a lot to learn and didn't trust anyone. So she spends the whole of the first movie learning how to trust Ethan. And this movie is very much about what happens when we care about people. The fear of losing them becomes great, and she becomes emotionally connected to him. I think physically the biggest challenge, which was also the most satisfying, was working in the Arctic. So it was minus 40 degrees, and we were living on an icebreaker ship on the frozen sea, and I was having to work a lot with working dogs on a sled. And the one thing that I love about working with animals is they are not polite. Oh. If they don't like you or they don't trust you, you can figure it out. So having to develop rapport with them and trust from them was so important. And then what was really wonderful was being able to improvise scenes on the ice in the Arctic with the actress Lucy, who plays Tepisa in the role. And we were having a relationship whereby we had to improvise, not speaking the same language, but having a connection and understanding each other. We needed each other in order to survive. And to be able to do that was in those kind of extreme conditions was really special.
This is your third time working with Tom Cruise after the previous one in Top Gun Maverick. So what felt different this time?
Every film is different with Tom because he always tries to outdo himself. And in this one, I think we outdid ourselves on Top Gun in the last mission. We do crazier stunts. We have a lot more action, and we tell better stories each time. So that's what was different.
How do you feel like working with Tom?
It's incredible. I'm working with the biggest movie star in the world. Like, I love it. What's not to love?
So you want to continue to work with him again?
I mean, if he will have me, yes, I will work with him again. Yes. Ever since I joined on to be a part of the franchise, Tom put me in like a training program. So I was learning how to fight and use weapons and drift and skydive and everything. So I started in 2020, and this has been like a 4 or 5 year process. We did a lot of fighting in this film, so my body is aching. I'm still limping,
Right.
but I think it pays off. We shot in Svalbard, Norway, and we got to see a real-life polar bear up close, about this close. We were on the ship, and it climbed on our ship. It was insane. Oh man, we're here obviously because I'm enjoying it here. Where I would like to do all over. I wish we could hit like Kyoto. I wish we could hit here, Osaka. I want to go everywhere. I want to really have a reason and chance to see the entire country.
Why did you choose to structure this story as a two-part film, and what storytelling elements were most important to you?
Emotion and emotion. We knew that the more emotion we brought to the story, the more we focused on the characters, the bigger and longer the movie would get. And there are a lot of characters and a lot of arcs in the story, and so we decided very early on to just break it into 2 parts. And but it was very important to us that the movies worked on their own, that you don't have to see any of the other Mission Impossibles to watch this one. He never stops learning. It's really you're with somebody who is always discovering the process, always learning more. Every day is something new.